time. I am finally getting my life together and figuring out my sinking funds. So I just got done filming my July budget closeout. It was a hot mess. I was over budget. Part of that was just because I kind of gave up the last 2 weeks and went wild spending. But the other part, and maybe a bigger part, is that my sinking funds are a mess. I, every month, have been taking money and setting it aside for sinking funds in an account with the intention of pulling the money out and separating it all out into my various funds that I want to be saving for. But then not doing it. So instead, using that money sometimes for some purchases, like larger things that come up, bills and stuff that come up, but for the most part, just like pulling money out of our spending budget to cover things like that. So I did a bunch of reorganizing, reallocating, and I'm just starting my sinking funds from scratch here. A lot of the money that I had set aside for sinking funds went to make some changes to my budget. I took a big chunk of it and pulled it out of the savings account and put it into our checking account to get us a month ahead on our bills so that I can reformat how we do our budget. And instead of like paying bills as they come up, setting a quarter of the amount that we need for next month's bills away each week. I'm going to try weekly budgeting or paycheck budgeting in August. So some of that money went there. I trued up our checking account with some of the money, and I have some of the money left for getting these funds started. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to put together my little sinking funds binder, which I have here. Oh, I have a savings challenge in here that doesn't belong. I was just checking it for size. So something that I have figured out this week is that I have no idea how to size things when I'm printing things out, because I made all of these with the idea that they would be the little dashboards for my envelopes, and every single one of them is the wrong size. Like they're too tall and they're not wide enough. And so I thought about cutting them down to make them fit and then laminating them, but like they're clearly the wrong size. I don't know what I was doing. I don't know if it was my print settings that messed them up or if it was my design settings. Either way, I'm not going to be able to use these. So this was just a waste, unfortunately. I do have the little sheet lines on the back. The idea was to laminate this and then have this be the dashboard, and then on the back be a place for me to keep track of the comings and goings of the account. But these don't fit, so unless I want to buy whole new envelopes, I'm not going to be able to use these. I may find another use for them. Who knows? I guess I could laminate them and put them in like a little disc bound system with the Happy Planner discs and do it that way. But if I take on a whole friggin' art project right now, it's just going to mean that the sinking funds go even longer without being stuffed. And that's clearly messing up my budget. It's not working for me. So instead, I pulled in some these are not business cards, these are index cards. And oh look, there's another copy of that savings challenge. I've been working on creating a new savings challenge for myself with the Legend of Zelda theme, if you're familiar with that. But I was trying to get the sizing right. At least that one's a little bit closer to what it's supposed to be to fit in one of these envelopes. I bought some index cards, and we're just going to use these. I actually had to trim these down as well because I bought the wrong size, but that was as simple as pulling out my paper cutter and just slicing a few lines off the bottom. So I've got all of these pastel index cards that I've cut down to size, and I'm going to create a little dashboard out of these for each of my sinking funds, and we're going to stuff some money. So I was just going to write the category on here, but maybe I'll use my label maker and at least make it a little bit neater. I don't know. I don't know that this is going to be like a long-term solution, but just for now, I got to get these funds set up. So I'm going to, I think I have 20 funds that I decided on. So really quickly, I'm going to work through and make some little dashboards for each of these envelopes, and we're going to get started with stuffing. I don't know how interesting this is. I just thought you guys might like to come along for the journey. So let me grab my label maker. We'll start making labels. We'll get all of these envelopes sorted, and then I'll bring in the cash and we'll stuff these to get started for the month of August. All right, so it's actually 18 categories, I think. And I'm just gonna get started with my little label maker here from Dymo, printing out all the labels and getting them all labeled. It's not gonna be perfect. It's not necessarily like the most beautiful thing ever, but it's gonna work. And it's time for me to get these funds allocated.
Step 3, think real hard about what you want to be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo. Set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up.
All right, so my camera cut me off, it died. I went ahead and finished up off camera. I had to put the envelopes into 2 different binders because there was no money in them and it was already too thick for just one. So I've got a total of 18 categories, so 9 in each. I went ahead and figured up what I wanted to put into each fund just to get them started. I do have $400 to get us started, and then I can begin stuffing. I don't know whether I'm going to do it once a week or just once a month, or how I want to do it moving into August. You guys leave me some feedback down below. Would you want to see stuffing videos every week or just once a month? I'm definitely going to be doing savings challenges to help supplement the cash I put in here. But this is just to get me started. So I needed 400. That should be what I have here. Let me really quickly just count it. All right, so we have 50, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 300, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 400. So yeah, I just wanted to get us started, essentially. I just wrote really quickly, jotted down some amounts. I'm gonna put this off to the side for reference. It's not set in stone. I may change my mind as we go, but just grabbed some 10s and 20s, a couple of 5s just in case. And we're gonna really quickly just get some cash stuffed so that we have a good starting place. Feels so good to finally be addressing the sinking fund issue that I've been having. So yeah, we'll start with the pink binder. And well, I was going to go through all the sinking funds, but you'll see what they are as we go. So for Austin, this is a sinking fund for anything that Austin needs, whether it be school clothes or stuff for soccer or just whatever. If he wants $20 in cash to go to the movies, he never ever asks me for cash, but just in case, that's what this fund is going to be for. And we're going to get it started with a 20. Now the idea here is for me to pull this card out and write on the back like what I'm putting into each fund. For now, I'm not going to bother doing that. I'm just going to stick it in the envelope because this video is getting long already, but $20 to get started. And I'm going to kind of highlight as I go, but you guys aren't going to really see it because it's off to the side. Austin's stuffed. All right, next up we have camping. This is for our annual campground fee plus any money that we need for camping, essentially. And that's going to get 20 as well. Okay. Car. So this is car maintenance, or if we need something for the car or registration for the car, anything car related. And that's going to get 10 just to get it started. right, so that takes care of car. Next up, we have celebrations. So if we're celebrating a birthday or an anniversary, or we're going out to dinner with friends or whatever, that all can be categorized as celebrations, and that's going to get $10 as well. Not a lot, but these will add up pretty darn quick, especially if I end up stuffing every week. So that's celebrations. For Christmas, finally getting started on saving for Christmas, which is so exciting. I'm going to add $10. It's a start. We do have quite a bit of credit card rewards stored up as well, so it kind of bothers me that these index cards don't completely cover up the cash, but that's okay. This is going to work just fine. It doesn't have to be perfect. All right, so that takes care of Christmas. Let's talk about clothing. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. If my husband or I need new clothes, that's where this is going to come from. If Austin needs new clothes, it'll likely come out of his fund, but maybe not. Maybe his fund is depleted and he needs clothes. We can take clothes for him out of here, and that's going to get a $10 bill to get it started. All right, emergency. So this is the emergency fund. We have a small emergency fund, a baby emergency fund in the bank. This is to build on top of that. So we're going to add $30, 20 and 10. And slowly but surely build this up to a 3 to 6 month emergency fund, hopefully. Now that we have paid off our debt, we can focus on goals like that. All right, so next up then is gifts. So this is any gifts that we need to buy for anybody, whether it be gifts for a birthday party or a baby shower or whatever, that'll come out of here. Anything essentially except for Christmas gifts, because Christmas gifts will be funded with our Christmas fund. So gifts is going to get 10. Most of these I just gave $10 or $20 just to get started. All right, and then holidays. So we talked a little bit about my Christmas. This is for all the other holidays. Thanksgiving dinner, candy for Halloween, Easter baskets, anything else we need for the other major holidays. That's going to get 10. And that does it for this binder. So now we'll pull in the other one. Like I said, these were filling up fast already and they didn't even have any cash in them yet. So, all right, moving on to binder number 2, and we're going to start out with hobbies. So for hobbies, that is pretty self-explanatory, our hobbies, right? So my husband loves to go hunting. He's going to need his hunting license. That can come out of here. I really like to play video games, so I could take a video game out of here, or, you know, anything else, stuff that we do for hobbies. Pretty self-explanatory. I don't know why I'm over-explaining. That's going to get a 10 as well. All right, so home is anything for our home, whether it be home decor or house repairs, that sort of thing. And that's going to get our last 10. All right, moving on to insurance. Right now we're paying month to month for our car insurance. I'd ultimately love to get it to the point where we're paying 6 months at a time. Also, homeowners insurance is going to come out of here. So I really want to add lots of money to this, but we're starting out with just $20. Everybody's got to start somewhere. So that's insurance. All right. Next up is medical, and this fund is getting the most. So what's going to come out of medical? Any copays we have when we go to doctor's appointments, prescriptions. If we need to buy flu medicine, that could come out of here. Just, you know, medical stuff. And that's going to get $100. So I'm going to do 250s for medical. Okay. Pet expenses. So this isn't going to be pet food or cat litter. We're going to take that out of our just typical monthly budget. This is more like larger pet expenses, grooming, vet visits, that sort of thing. And we're going to start this one out with $20. Okay, shopping. So you guys know by now I have a major shopping addiction. And so if I decide I want to go shopping for something that's not in the budget, I can take it out of here. We can save up for various things in here, like if we really want to buy a big appliance or something, we can save up for that. We're going to start this one out with $20 as well. So that's shopping. Next up is subscriptions. We have a lot of annual subscriptions. We have a lot of subscriptions that we pay month to month, but we also have some annual ones. Our Sam's Club membership, our Amazon Prime membership, that sort of thing. $20 is going to go into there. All right, vacations. So any kind of family trip that we go on together that's not camping is going to get funded with this vacation fund. I have a trip to Chicago coming up in just a couple of weeks. So most likely I will have to cash flow that, because we don't have a lot of money set aside for vacations, clearly. We're starting over with sinking funds, but I did want to put something in there, so I'm going to put $50 in there. So let's do 20, 40, 45, 50 into vacations. To get that started. And then lastly, I have whatever. Truthfully, this originally I had called miscellaneous, but then when I was making up my little cards, I skipped it by mistake. And so when it came time to kind of stick it in at the end, I didn't want to mess up my pretty like color pattern, so I just turned it into whatever, so it could be at the back. That's gonna get, well, I said $10, but I have a 20 left, so I'm not really sure how I messed that up. I don't know, but we're gonna just put 20 in there for now. And I'll kind of go back through and figure out where I made the mistake and fix it. But for now, that's going to go into whatever. And that's going to do it for this video. I feel really good about finally having my sinking funds kind of figured out and set up. Thank you so much for watching, my friends. If you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And I will see you next time. Bye!